So here I am again, back with another video, and I'm gonna tell y'all how my high school basketball coach took me to his house after an away game and slept with me when I was 16. So when I was in high school or whatever, I ran track and I played basketball, and I was really good at both. I was an athlete. Like when I tell y'all straight athlete, I was only focused like on my grades and my sports or whatever. So my mom worked or whatever. She would get up every day like 4 or 5 a.m. and my mom wouldn't get off work until about like evening time. So she had to beat traffic. My mom probably would make it home by 5. My mom was the type of mom that was like, okay, if you have to go to tutoring, if you have to do any other extracurricular activities, etc., you're gonna have to find your own way home. Period, point blank. I'm not giving you a ride. I'm not picking you up. None of that. If you can't catch the bus, like, I don't know, you got to find your own way home. That's how that started. So, I played basketball from like 5th grade up.
And that's why us parents have to do better. Our laziness as parents can lead to our kids being victimized and taken advantage of. Mindsets like that in the black community pisses me off because it's like, make sure your kid is good. Money is strong and it is powerful, but we gotta protect home first. Ain't no way that a mother should be telling this girl, already it's bad, but let's continue.
So I would say I was 16 because I graduated when I was 17. So this had to be my junior year in high school. We had a new male basketball coach, whatever. And everything, it was normal at the beginning, right? So mind y'all, I'm very, I don't want to say grown for my age, but I was very mature at a very young age. So I was experiencing a lot of stuff. I went through a lot of stuff. So me being 16, like I knew how to hold a intellectual conversation. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I didn't have like a bird brain. I'm not even gonna say that. Let me scratch that. I didn't have like a childlike mind at 16. At 16, I thought I was grown, and not in the sense of like being fast, but I was just mature. Like I'm not like the rest of these girls or whatever. Like I'm more advanced than I should be, honestly. So we had got a new basketball coach.
Not to keep pausing it, but what makes a kid advance to you? To me, what makes a kid advance and not grown, as we want to call it, is being smart, knowing how to be mature as far as the things that you say, acknowledging other people's feelings, and understanding yourself and also other people. Having good grades in school, knowing how to carry yourself as far as being a young adult and growing up into adulthood, and also knowing the do's and don'ts of a person of your age. Let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about advanced or grown child? You know what I'm saying? That feel like that they are smarter than the others, than their peers. I don't think it's a good thing in all situations, because I done seen some grown little boys and I done seen some grown men that was kids. You know what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying. But let's go.
Whatever. First impression, it was like, okay, he was normal. Like, y'all in school, girls or guys, they'll see a teacher, they'll see a coach or whatever, they're like, oh, they fine or whatever. I never really looked at him like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just so focused on my grades at school, I really didn't look at him like that. So I'll see, on and on in the season, I didn't have a lot of rides. So he knew that, and I was like one of the star players on the basketball team. So like, obviously you want your star player or one of your star players to make it to practice and make it to the game. So he started giving me rides home after the games. So I can't even tell you. I'm pretty sure that was not legal. I don't know if coaches are able to give. But anyways, I digress. He ended up being my ride home after the games or whatever. So yeah, so it was one after away game. I think we were playing like Kimball or somebody. Like, I can't remember what school, or it could have been no, I forgot what school we were playing. But that's besides the point. So, anyways, like, I'm gonna go back. I'm not gonna tell y'all about that. I'm gonna tell y'all how everything led up to this point. So, obviously, I was not my senior year. think I was captain. Junior year, I was co-captain. I always started in the games, obviously, because I was that girl. But anyways, that's not about that. So I would have to get the keys from him to go to the locker room or the ballroom to, you know, get the balls and get everything set up for practice. So, you know, this day it was just like a normal day. I go to him like, hey coach, like whatever, can I get the keys, you know, set up for practice or whatever. So, one, like he handed me the keys, but he could like kind of like rub my hand like when he gave me the keys or whatever. And that was when I knew, like, okay, he on a different. So mind you, like when me and him would talk or whatever, we'll be.
So that means that this was premeditated. This man thought to himself like, yeah, how I'm gonna make a move on this little girl. You a fucking weirdo, man. But carry on.
Group setting, like I would see him like giving me the eye and stuff, and like it was just very like, I'm not even gonna say innocent because it was kind of known. Like I kind of felt like he was like feeling me. Like it's weird to say, but I kind of felt this like tension, and so that was the first time he actually like physically, you know, like touched me. So I got the keys or whatever. I ignored it. The next day or two or so, like, you know, we had practice again, so I'm always the one setting up for practice. So I was like, coach, I get the keys or whatever. So he ended up doing it again. And y'all, like, it came to a point where we was just doing that for a little while, and I actually started to reciprocate. Like, I was like, you know, I was like, when he would give me the keys, I started rubbing on him too. So it was one point, like, I had went to go get the balls or whatever, and he followed me into the room. And so, like, we had like a washer dryer setup type of deal, and I was in there like getting. It was a game day or whatever. So yeah, I remember like it was a game day. You know, I had to go put the jerseys and everything in the washer, make sure everybody jerseys, make sure all the uniforms and stuff is clean. So I went there. He came in there after me or whatever, and like, you know, I was bent over getting the jerseys out the dryer, and like he came in, like he like brushed his, you know, up behind me or whatever. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's crazy. So it wasn't this particular game, but that was like the second big, you know, physical interaction that had happened between us or whatever. So I'm not gonna say it wasn't.
See, that was the moment right there that she was supposed to be advanced, not like all the other people, as she said, and know to let somebody know, like, yeah, this is not right. I'm pretty sure this is not what's supposed to be happening to a young girl, and report it. But let's see how she handled it, though.
Game day. It was probably like the next away game. You know, he had to take me home. So I guess on the way, like, he was just basically like, you want to come back to my apartment? So I'm like, I mean, I guess, like, I mean, my mom, you know, she think I'm at a game or whatever. She don't know when my games are over with, this, that, and the other, whatever. So yeah, y'all, so we ended up going back to his apartment. Mind y'all, like, around this time, I was 16, so I lost my V card at 14. I had just had my first sexual encounter with a guy at 16. I think it was 16. I actually, like, you know, had with a guy on my own or whatever. So he was probably like the third guy I ever slept with in my life. So we get to the point, whatever, he makes him a drink. He asked me if I want a drink. Mind you, I'm an athlete. I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't do nothing. But it was just like, you know what, like whatever. So he ended up making me a drink. Y'all know what ended up happening after that. Like, whatever. Like, actually, he took a shower, I took a shower, and then, you know, we was just chilling, like, baby, just grown, like. And back then, I'm thinking like, oh, it's normal. No. So yeah, I'm thinking like, well, I was flirting with him, like whatever, I'm being grown, you know. I think I'm not gonna disclose his name or whatever, because this was like, it doesn't matter how long ago it was, but obviously I'm 29 now. This was like I was 16. So yeah, so if you was to Seagoville, it was only one male coach at that time, around that time. So if y'all do know who it is, just don't say anything, because it's like, I'm not making these to like air anybody's business or anything like that. I'm just speaking my truth and like just telling y'all about all the stuff that's happened to me, like seriously.
Nah, fuck that. If you know who he is, expose this freak creep, man. People gonna come to the internet and try to keep it on the hush hush. If you wanted to keep it on the hush hush, you should have kept it off the internet. Shit, you in our zone now. So if you know who he is and McCareville, whatever, wherever she said she from, if you know her, comment, do name below, man. We putting everything out there. We ain't got no time to be holding no secrets. How you gonna put it on the internet and try to keep it a secret? That don't even make sense. Well, let's go.
Yeah, so at the time I'm like, ain't nothing wrong with it. Like, I wanted to do it. But it's like, it goes back to like how men prey on you. Like him knowing my situation with my mom, knowing that, oh, I'm not gonna have no ride. Like him like, oh, we're spending more and more time together. So it's like he's feeding off of this, my weakness or whatever. So yeah, it's just like at first, I'm telling him my situation. I'm like, yeah, I'm good at basketball. I want to play basketball. I've been playing basketball, obviously, all middle school, almost all high school, whatever. And I'm telling him, like, I'm not going to be able to make practice or this, and that. So, obviously, it was out of genuine help at first. And then it just went from one thing to the next. And so, it's crazy because I actually forgot about this incident up until, like, I forget about it and then it comes back on and off. But when I sit down and I think about all of the things that's happened to me growing up, it came across my mind yesterday because I was like, I really forgot about that. I was a junior in high school, 16 years old, and this 30-something-year-old man took me to his apartment to sleep with me. Somebody who's supposed to be a male role, like my coach. So, like, a lot of people are gonna, for one, growing up, everything that happened to me, I used to hate my mom. Like, I used to despise her because I felt like every time something bad happened to me is when she wasn't around, especially in my younger years. So it's like, if my mom was picking me up, this is how I used to think about stuff. I always blamed her. If my mom was picking me up on a regular basis, I wouldn't have to ask this grown man for no rides. Like, period. Like,
and that's true, and that's the first thing that I said about this situation. Like, she wouldn't have even been in that situation if it was her mama doing the proper things and not worried about the money. I don't know the situation at hand, but my kid innocence is way more important than any money. Shit, I can't go like that because it is guys that'll prey on your child, as you see, and that ain't fair, man. That's not even cool, to be honest. But let's go.
and it's just like, dang, I'm always put in like compromising situations. And genuinely at the beginning, I wasn't even on that type of time with him until he like was like, okay. So then I was like, okay, but it doesn't make it right at the end of the day. Some people probably blame me. Oh, you were being fast. You were doing this and that. But at the end of the day, I'm a 16-year-old girl. He's my basketball coach, and he took me back to his place and slept with me. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, y'all, like, he didn't like force himself on me or anything like that. I'm not making this to that extent because it wasn't really like that. But at the end of the day, it's like being an adult. And my 16-year-old's basketball coach took like, oh yeah, it's going down. And no, I didn't tell my mom until I was like 25. I never said anything. I told like a few of my friends. I told one girl that I was playing basketball with. I told my best friend, but and I don't know who they told. I wouldn't know. But it's like I told a couple people, but I was just like, whatever. Like, I did what I did, like, whatever. But now being grown, it's just like that was just another man preying on me. Like, the third man I ever slept with. And then it's so crazy because it hurt so bad. It was not enjoyable at all. Like, I started to bleed. It was just a big thing. Like, but yeah. It's like being an adult now, growing up, I don't blame my mom anymore. I've forgiven her like a long time ago because my mom didn't abuse me. It was all these men and stuff, but this is just my life. And no wonder why I'm so, like, I don't trust anybody. I feel like everybody's out to get me. I'm always in my head. I'm always overthinking. I'm always questioning every fucking thing because of all this trauma. Like, I've had some really good boyfriends, y'all. Y'all know I'm married, but me and my husband's situation is different. But I've had some really good boyfriends, and I just self-sabotage, don't believe they really love me, just out to get me, da 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 da. But yeah, y'all, there's just another story time of how I was used and abused. But hey, I'm here, I'm alive. A little crazy, but I'm alive. So.
Yo, it's your boy Schoolie. Welcome back to another episode of NBH TV, Natural Born Hustlers TV. And today we come to you with this news, man, with this young lady telling us about how she was 16 years old and got taken advantage of. She say she didn't say it. She said she did say yeah to it, so she don't feel that bad. But this still isn't cool, man. Us grown men have to do better. Us parents have to do better. We have to protect our kids innocent under all circumstances. There's no way that this lady should even went through this. That dude still need to be found and beat the fuck out of her. And she said she was bleeding and all that, and that's just bad, and it's just disgusting. I'm 31 right now, and I can't even imagine me messing with a 16-year-old girl. What can she do for me, yo? Like, sexually, nothing. Financially, nothing. Emotionally, nothing. I don't even want to be around a 16-year-old. Like, it's nothing that should turn a grown man on about a 16-year-old, and that's why these schools need to vet these staff that they hire, man, because ain't no way that you should even have that type of mind frame. They need to be took through a very intense screening process when you messing with kids, not just a regular old background check. No. They need to get took through some stuff, and they need to put their ass like behind, like on some Maury shit. Put their ass in a room with a kid and try to set some shit up to see if they even bite the bait, that type of shit, like bait kid, just like bait car, because these people be sick and you really don't know, because a lot of times they be chameleons and they hide themselves until they can pop out and show their victim or whoever else who they really is. So it's your boy Schoolie, man. I got another video about this young lady. Stay tuned. See you soon. Don't go nowhere. Let's go.
Okay, y'all. So first off, I want to start by saying I'm looking at these comments on my last video about the situation with my basketball coach. And first thing I want to say, some of these comments are ridiculous. And the fact that there's a lot of women defending this man is crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, whether I wanted to or not, or I knew better or not, I was a 16-year-old girl preyed upon by a 30-something-year-old grown man. And it's men in the comments, which, men, y'all never cease to amaze me. But it's just the fact that, how do y'all feel like that's okay? I just don't understand. I will never understand that. So let's get into these comments, because this is crazy. So there's a lot of people saying, oh, 3 bodies at 16, you were fast, blaming me. Y'all love to victim blame. So let me tell y'all this. The first person that I ever had a sexual encounter with raped me, and I hate that TikTok does.
And it's crazy that she said that, because I kind of figured that out when she did say in the first video that this was the second person I had like decided to do it with you know what I'm saying? Like, I got that. I read between the lines a lot of times. But let's go.
Allow me to say what I need to say, but my dad took my V card when I had just turned 14 years old. It was
the daddy. No, bro. What the fuck? No, bro. This is some sick ass shit, man. The daddy. Oh my god, even my camera went blurry. The daddy. What the fuck? Let's go. Let's keep going.
Summer going into my freshman year of high school. That was the first person I ever did anything with. And I hate to make it sound so like whatever, but I'm almost 30, and like, yeah, the stuff still bothers me, but I'm just trying to be straightforward and blunt and honest about it. My dad took my V card, point blank, period. I ended up sleeping with a guy like twice after that, mind you, I was going through so much at the time. Like, I didn't even know much about that in particular. So, yeah. So, my basketball coach was the third person that I, had an encounter with. So, y'all having this outlook on me as if, oh, I was just fast and I was just doing this and this and that. No, that wasn't the case, because if it was up to me, I wouldn't have lost my virginity, period. Like, and I don't like how y'all steady trying to make it okay. And I did that for so many years. Even when I told my mom, I was like 25 when I finally told my mom, and she was furious. And I get it, but I was still psychologically like, no, I wanted to do it. Even if I wanted to do it, and this is for you bird brain, you know what? I said I wouldn't even go back and forth. So I'm going to just address this and keep it pushing. Even if I wanted to do it, I was 16 years old. There's a thing called statutory rape. So just because I consent, I was still underage. So I could say all day long, oh, I was mature for my age, and I knew what was going on. I never said that I didn't know what was going on. And it's a lot of y'all in the comments like, oh, you were going. You knew what you were doing. I never said I didn't. Like, let's just make that clear. Even if, like I said, if I wanted to, it doesn't change the fact that there was a grown man in an authority role, my basketball coach, who took me to his house, gave me a drink. No, I don't drink. Obviously, I'm 16. Like, I don't know what other 16-year-olds doing. There were so many kids doing so much that was way more advanced than I was, even with all my trauma and everything. But you gave me a drink, and you did what you did, and we, whatever the case may be. And it wasn't just an awesome experience. It hurt, and I bled, and it was very traumatizing. It was very traumatizing for me. A lot of the questions y'all kept asking, like, did everything go back to normal after that? Yeah. Like, again, I tried to pretend that it didn't happen. I avoided him at all points. I don't know, like, it just felt weird. It just felt weird. We had like a few more games left in the season. I played, just pretend everything was, normal, went to practice, whatever. It wasn't like super awkward, because I think it was just like a mutual understanding. Like, I didn't want to do that. Like I said, it was very traumatizing. After the fact, it felt wrong. I knew it was wrong. I knew I shouldn't have been doing it, but at the end of the day, it's like, it happened. I said I would go to his place, whatever, it happened. But yeah, we just both tried to pretend like it didn't happen, pretty much. So that's for everybody who keeps asking, like, so did you continue to play for him? I did continue to play. I finished out the season. I graduated. We never. And for everybody who says I be all over the place in my story times, I have ADHD, and sometimes it's hard for me to like focus on one thing at a time. So I do seem like I'm all over the place. So I do apologize for that. But yeah, if you can't lock in, don't lock in. I'm using my platform to speak my truth. At first it wasn't like I was trying to out him. I didn't really even expect my video to blow up like this, but there's people who already know who he is or whatever. I went ahead and posted his picture in the comments. And at this point, his name is Diedrich Bogard, Coach Bogard, period. There was a story about, a coach at, what is it called? Hold on. So somebody had messaged me, and I'm not going to.
Coach Bogard, your ass is in trouble, boy. Oh, you is in trouble.
Disclose any names, because there was quite a few people that messaged me knowing who he was, because it was a school, what is it called? Moss Point High School in Mississippi. So there was a coach there who was sleeping with the girls or whatever, got caught, got 25 years in prison for that, and they were friends. Crazy work. There was multiple girls messaging me how he, was being inappropriate with them and was at this last school. So it's like he left one school to come to another school to be a predator still. So it makes me even more upset that I wish I would have said something back then, but I was literally going through my own trauma with the stuff that happened with my dad, with him doing what he did to me. I was experiencing so much at this time. I wasn't in my right mind at the end of the day. I was a 16-year-old girl fighting demons, literally. Like, so much going on. At the end of the day, it's like, I'm going to continue to speak my truth. I don't care about being judged. I'm almost 30. Like, I'm not about to get in the comments with y'all, go back and forth with y'all, because I didn't want to do that in the first place. I'm using my platform to spread awareness, to speak my truth, and that's just what it is. This year, I told myself, like, I wasn't holding back anymore. I'm done protecting pedophiles. I'm done protecting predators, and I'm just over it. Like, I've been preyed upon my whole life, and I'm just fucking over it at the end of the day. So y'all can get in the comments, y'all can have y'all's opinions, but it's not going to faze me, and it's not going to stop me from speaking my truth. And, you know, helping other girls, like, be aware. There's girls that's in my DMs right now going through what I went through, scared to speak out because of these roles that these men are playing in their lives, and it's sickening. Like, it's really sickening. So, I'm looking, it's so many comments, for starters. Sorry, y'all, I'm sick. So many comments, and I'm going to just address a couple of them. The relationship with my mom is better. We talked about it. She was upset. She wanted me to report him. I was still in a protective state, I guess, so I was telling her I wanted to do it. He didn't, like, take me in and like my dad did. Whatever. It's so many freaking comments, and it's so many people like,
All right, y'all. I'm not finna go over the whole comment thing with her, but this girl is screwed. She got ADHD. She done went through a lot, man. And these are the type of women that us men meet, and we see the outside, the beauty, and we don't know that deep down in they are damaged. That's why you have to learn your woman, know who you dealing with, and understand how to be the best man for them. You know, it really ain't too much more than that. It's fucked up that this happened to her, and yeah, it's just messed up, man. I don't really got too much to say, man. She shouldn't fault herself, and that's what happens when you come out and you tell people your story and what you got going on in your personal life. People get their opinion, and people gave it, so you can't be really mad at that. But it's your boy Schoolie. Until we meet again, my friend, I'm out. Let's go.